I wish I could find the right words to get other people to care about veganism the way I do. To just have compassion and empathy for animals and their suffering the way that I do. Because the empathy that I have for animals goes far beyond just cats and dogs. And even beyond farmed animals. It goes all the way out into nature. It goes all the way out into nature as well. Truth is, I don't even know if I'm even qualified to speak up for animals. I would like to do so. But as an individual who's already been through quite a lot in his life, I feel like I've said some things in the past that would make people not want to listen to me. I guess I'm not sure where I'm going with this, other than the fact that, or I guess I'm not sure where I'm going with this, other than towards a desire to do animal rights activism in whatever way I can possibly do it. Because the way animals are treated in factory farms is just so terrible that it's not something that should even be happening. A lot of those animals are tortured in those places. They live short, miserable lives, and then they're sent off to a slaughterhouse to be put out in some violent way. But if I could convince even just one person to become vegan, it might make life worth living for me. And I say this as someone who has been to the edge of ending their own life on multiple occasions. I've been to the hospital 3 times over this. But I am willing to stick around if it means that something I do or something I say could get people to care about the pain and suffering of animals. I hope I didn't butcher that. I'm trying to keep my thoughts straight here. Because to be honest, I'm just nervous about sharing this with the world. I know in the past I've made videos where I've said what was on my mind and didn't really seem to be nervous about it. But this is different. This is me potentially giving up on antinatalism. I can't believe I just said those words. That I could potentially be giving up antinatalism. Just like I have chosen to stay alive. I think the fact that I've been through a lot is a big part of why I learned to empathize with the animals, and also because I realized that even at my lowest, the animals still have it far, far worse than I do. Because what originally convinced me to become vegan in the first place was watching a documentary called Pignorant by Joey Carbstrong. And I'm not joking around when I say that when I watched his documentary, I was literally putting my life exiting plans on hold just to watch it. I stayed alive just to watch the documentary, and I'm glad I did. Because recently I feel like I joined a community that is worth staying alive for, just to be a part of it, you know? To participate in the animal rights activism that they do. To hopefully convince more people to become vegan like I am. And to convince people that maybe we shouldn't be treating animals like shit and torturing them all because we like the taste of their flesh or whatever. Because a lot of what goes on in these animal farms and slaughterhouses, like stealing baby calves from their mothers immediately after they're born, and then hooking the mother up to a machine just to steal all the milk and sell it. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? What kind of world am I living in where that is happening? And most people don't even care. At least that's what it seems like. What kind of a nightmarish world am I living in where that is commonplace? Sometimes I feel like I'm trapped in a horror novel. Not as one of the main characters, but as a sort of bystander type of character who sees what the main characters are going through and can empathize with them while also feeling powerless to do anything about it. But I know that as long as I'm still alive and have a voice, I'm not powerless. I don't have to feel like I'm trapped in a horror novel all the time. Because since I joined this vegan community on Discord that I found, and I've been seeing all kinds of new members joining in, it makes me feel hopeful that more people can be convinced to become vegan so we can stop exploiting and torturing animals like we do. So it won't be normalized anymore. I know I rambled on a little bit, but I think I've said what I needed to say. So, if anyone has stuck around to the end, thank you for watching.